Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Southwood County Recreation Center. For Wisconsin Rapids Community Media and Hockey TV, I'm Paul Kennedy, your host for tonight. As the Wisconsin Rapid Riverkings, your Midwest West Division champions, prepare to take on the Rochester Vipers in the second night of a potential three-game matchup. Here, as always, working tonight is producer Art Napgezek, Mr. Matt Fillmore on the soundboard. Got Mr. Mark Lochner helping us out on camera tonight. And welcoming back Mr. Jeff Conklin on color commentary this evening. Welcome back, Jeff.
Hi, Paul. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. We had a great start last night. Riverkings came out firing. About 30 seconds into the game was the first goal from Jordan Steer. Let's see what happens here tonight. Hey, here's Jordan Steer now. So Jordan Steer is on defense, starting out with Jacob Yakus. Nathan Bottles, Cole Krieger, and Luke Hartje are the starting forward line. Krieger trying to get that in. First shot on goal, scores! 17 seconds in.
Kind of like last night, I guess, huh?
Deja vu all over again there. We welcome the Rochester Vipers to the Southwood County Recreation Center by blinding them by the light. So,
yeah, I'm not sure that made them feel so welcome, but
well, there was some greetings between the benches
early on. Yes,
early on before the anthem. So,
yeah,
Riverkings responded with some voicing of their own here. So, all right, 1-0 lead now. Skaggs picks that up. Willard drives his man into the boards. We're going to pick the puck up there. That puck took a weird bounce there as it comes across ice to the near side here, just in front of us, held in by Skaggs.
Whoa!
Shoots that in there. They're going to call that offsides.
That one almost snuck in there too. So.
Almost, yeah. Bottles and Steer get the assists on the Cole Krieger opening goal. Willard here at the front of the face-off circle. Nice job there, stepping in and winning that. Shot wide. Nestepny holds that in at the far corner. Back behind the boards now, picked up by Willard. He'll try to center that. Comes out in front, picked up off the post there. Zagrebski just missed there. Rochester looks to skate that up and out. Knocked down, though, by the River King player. Here comes Newcomer. He's got that. Send that back behind the boards for Willard. Willard's back behind the net. Gets it to Zagrebski. Fans on the centering pass there. Comes out of the zone as the Vipers clear the zone there. Stepney turns around, fires that back in. River Kings come to the bench for a change. As the Vipers go back and regroup. Turnover here. There's good to see Max Moore back. He backhands that into the Vipers' end. Shot in there now by McDonald. Puck back behind the net. Patrick Christo is the starting goaltender for the Vipers tonight. He's had a rough start to the game here as the River Kings have scored 1 goal on 1 shot. But he gave up 5 goals in the first period last night before he was pulled in favor of Matib Sevilla. So. Reese McDonald had a solid game last night, starting out with some solid play here as he sends that back along the far corner, into the far corner. Radke will chase that puck down into his own end. Now no icing on here since he touched the puck. He'll look to move that out of the zone. Gets that to Max Moore just inside his blue line now. Nice little feed there to McDonald. Reese is off to the races here, trying to split the D. Comes in, backhand, shot, save. Into the corner now. Moore with a nice check there. McDonald back out front trying to make that shot. Vipers clear that out of the zone, out to the red line now. Picked up here by number 13 for them. Ben Haas, he'll backhand that into River Kings end where Brzezicki picks that up. Here's Jeff Redmond on the fly here, coming down face-off circle. Shot, save into the corner now. River Kings still controlling play here. It's Jordan Steer looking to launch one from the blue line here. Decides instead to dump it along the boards. River Kings cannot hold the zone here. Christo will glove that down and drop that for his defense. Vipers will move that out. The Vikings are your team, Jeff.
Yes, they are, Paul.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Redmond in now, looking to get something going on the backhand here. Switch to the front hand. Puck's chipped behind the net. Held at the far blue line.
The Vipers, Paul, are kind of having a season like the Vikings had, so.
Sorry?
Yeah, it's okay. It's expected when you're a Vikings fan, so.
I'm a Buccaneers fan. Their season was okay. All right, face off here. The Riverkings will be called for icing there. 16:41 remaining in the first period. 4 shots on goal for Wisconsin Rapids. Vipers have yet to register a shot on goal.
Still looking.
Face-off will come to the left of Riley Allen down here to the left-hand side of our rink. Nice crowd here tonight, out to support the Riverkings in their playoff run.
So this is probably the longest the Vipers have been on our end in this period so far. And that's just because the ref has knocked the puck, but
they had their struggles last night.
yeah.
Brzezinski looking to get that move. Slick little move there to disarm the defenseman. No call on the play. Out to center ice. Once again, Vipers can't do anything with that puck. No, Riverkings will turn that back around. Harchie sends that in now. The Bottles has it. Nice save there by the goaltender. But the rebound comes out behind the net. Vipers leave that for the Riverkings. Thank you very much. We'll pick that up back behind the net now. It's Cole Krieger. He's your goal scorer so far. In on the attack. Gets that out front. Shot save there. Rebound up over the back of the net. Battle continues back there. Fed across. Shot. Oh, what a save. Rebound. Another good save there. Nathan Bottles is robbed twice. Thought the bottle rocket would have buried that one. All right, behind the net. Luke Harchie in there, forechecking. Bottles back in there working hard, as he always does. Harchie absorbs a cross check there right in front of the referee, and apparently that's legal. So back in the Vipers' end. They'll try to move that up into the Riverkings' end, but their entry is denied. Picked up here by Skaggs. Skaggs will move that out to neutral ice. Vipers number 5 has that. Vipers will get that in Riverkings' end. Riley Allen will pass that along to his defense. We'll get ready to skate that out here. Stepney, or newcomer, gets a big check there. Nice job staying on side there as he turns around and fires that in off the end boards. Pass to nobody. That was an interesting strategy. Maybe they just needed a line change.
Yeah, but you don't get that line change when you ice it down there. So
that's correct. You are right, sir. All right, face off to the left of Christo here. Riverkings feed that across. Zagreski up in the air. Puck landing in the slot. Scores! Willard was in there for the rebound. It looks like he managed to chip that up over the goaltender's shoulder and light the lamp. Riverkings hold a 2-0 lead now with 14:35 remaining.
Yeah, that whole line, I think, touched the puck before it went in there. But Willard came in front and got the rebound and used the backhand and lifted it over the goalie's shoulder. So
yeah, it's a good example of never giving up on a play.
No.
Speaking of Willard, he'll come to center ice now, working with Zagrebski. Got newcomer out there as well. Vipers will bring that out of their end.
Number 25, Sander Willard.
So Sander Willard with the goal.
9, Grant
Newcomer.
11,
Zagrebski with the assist on the second goal there. Here's Zagrebski now. Gets that back behind the net. Nice leave there by Willard.
Whoa.
Zagrebski came close there. Goaltender's without his stick now, so Riverkings got the pressure on. Radke's looking for a shot from the point, knocked down by the defense. Vipers will get that out of their zone now. Defense will come back and rearm their goaltender with his twig. Riverkings are called for offsides there, which it appears to be Matt Fillmore bobblehead night. He disagrees with the call vehemently. So. And I would agree with Matt Fillmore. Great call there by...
And I think a little bit earlier, the referee swallowed his whistle again, so...
Yeah, that was twice now that they've had... twice they've been called for offsides now, and twice. From a outsider's view, it appears to be suspicious. Vipers take control of that in their own end now. They'll try to skate that out to neutral ice, and they do. Crossing the Riverkings blue line now. Riley Allen's got his eye on this. The Riverkings wheel that back behind the boards, behind the net, along the boards. Along the far side boards now. Vipers try to lift that up and out of the zone. They can't get it off the glass high enough, though. Riverkings knock that back down. They'll send that into the corner.
Yeah, the Riverkings doing a good job of forechecking. A lot of pressure.
Yeah, very similar to the game last night. They just hardly let them out of their own zone at all. Jordan Steer feeds that down to Max Moore. Max Moore will get that over to Smith. Smith feeds that over to the defenseman Yakus. Off the boards here now, but Max Moore holds that in. Out to Reese McDonald, shot. Oh, saved there by the goaltender. Christo was on top of that one. Jordan Steer's got it now just inside the blue line. Deflected wide of the net. Yaku's stick's taken away in a pile up there, but once again, no call. So Yaku says, well, you won't call it. I'll just shoot the puck, and he does. Smith has that now. Gets that to Jordan Steer. Yaku's calling for the puck. He's on the far point. Steer covered up pretty good by the defenseman here, though. Vipers will backhand that down the length of the ice, and we'll get another icing call.
That seems to be the only way they can get some relief, but also when they ice it, they get to stay out there a little bit longer. But
hey, those kids love to play hockey. This is a great opportunity for them. Coach and staff talking to the officials now for the visiting team. All right, face off to come here to the left of Christo. Jeff Redmond in there to take the draw. Riverkings win that. Redmond will send that into the corner. Back behind the net now. Centered out front. Vipers trying to move that in. Riverkings kind of getting each other's way there as Brzezicki tried to pick that up, but it was knocked down by one of his own players. And he'll have to turn that around, wheel it back in. Riverkings again with that forechecking pressure like you talked about, Jeff. Nice play defensively there by Nestepny as he got the stick down. Skaggs shoots that off of Brzezicki's equipment. He picks it up. Backhand save there by Christo. Another shot high up over the glass, or up over the net. Off the glass now.
Christo is playing well. Otherwise, it could be 4-5-0 already.
Yeah, he had a very rough start to the game last night and tonight, but he's made a couple of nice saves tonight. And actually ended up coming back in for a little while last night when the backup goaltender was injured. So out in front now, shot, save there. Speaking of Christo, helmet knocked off there. Have a player down for the Vipers. That's number 4, Jackson Bluff. He's back up again now, though.
A lot of contact out there in that front of the net there in that one. So
yeah, there's been a couple times so far where some things have kind of gone on. There was a hit late last night, late after a goal. The Riverkings had scored a goal, and then kind of a late hit away from the net. There was no call on the play, so interesting what the officiating staff decides to call.
I was a little surprised last night when I was looking at everything, the lack of penalties. So on both teams. A lot of times when the game gets out of hand like that, frustration sets in.
Bottles just missed on that one as Harchie fed that to him. Yeah, you're right, Jeff. It was definitely a lopsided victory last night, but maybe, with it being the first game of the series, both teams realized, potentially we have 2 more games to go in this. Let's make smart decisions out there.
True.
So Radke gets that out to center ice. Picked up here by Cerilius. Leaves that for Krieger, who's got 1 goal already. Shot saved there by Christo. Riverkings hold that along the near boards here. Picked up by Harchie. He's looking for another opportunity. Shot. Pitchforked that up well high over the net, into the netting. We'll get ready for a face-off with 10:20 remaining in the first period. So a big day for hockey here in Wisconsin.
It was, Paul. The Badgers take the Big Ten in the regular season with a win today over Michigan, wasn't it?
So would that mean that Ohio State did not win?
They'll be in the playoffs next week, I believe, so I'm not sure who they play. But
Ohio State did not win
No.
Big Ten. That's a shame.
No.
That's too bad. All right, Zagrebski with the puck here now in front of the visiting team's bench. He'll skate that by and show them how to play hockey here as they head to the net. Zagrebski's got it now. Nice pass over to Jordan Steer. Steer tries to get that puck to settle down. He'll backhand that to Yakus out in front now. Newcomer trying to pull the trigger and just tied up by the defense there. Nice job defensively there by the Vipers. That's been one of their better defensive stands so far. Zagrebski back into the zone now. Riverkings can't hold it in though. Yakus has that at center ice. He had a beautiful goal last night. Shoots that in now. Christo will block that down, and Vipers will look to bring that out of their end. Across the River King blue line, looking to get a shot away here. Hassled by the River King defense, though. Good job by the boys getting back and covering up that slot area and not letting anything come through. Here comes Zagrebski, speaking of coming through. Not unlike him to start splitting the defense. Almost got through that time. Newcomer will help him out here, see if he gets a chance. Shot! Oh, off the post after saved by Christo. So Christo made the save, then deflected off the post and came back out. Shot there, well up over the shoulder of Riley Allen. Not really a threat to score there at all. The visiting team has one shot on goal so far. Smith dumps that into the Viper end. Off the glass now. Reese McDonald. Reese had a great game last night. He was everywhere. Shot, Skaggs. Saved there by the goaltender. Deflection goes into the corner. River Kings trying to set this up. Smith being hassled by the defense. Goaltender's just going to cover that up and take the face off here as he's got some tired defenders out there and a little too much pressure here. 21 shots on net already.
Yeah, Smith was kind of getting mugged there here. Nice jersey grab there, and the yellow flag would have came out in football on that one. So
yeah,
15 yards.
If you want a yellow, a River King jersey, you don't need to grab it off our player. You can get one at our souvenir stand.
That's right.
Riley Allen puts the paddleboard down there, and I'm not 100% sure why the whistle's blown. But in either case, it is with 8:02 remaining. Maybe the referee lost sight of the puck. All right, face off to the right of Riley Allen here. Battle along the near half boards. Scrum continues now, and Radke skates away with it. Gets that to Max Moore. Reese McDonald in now, chasing that puck down towards the Vipers' net. Max Moore involved in a big collision there. Shot towards the net. Save. Woohoo. Have a bit of a disagreement now back behind the net. There's Reese McDonald's grabbed once again. Looks like Reese might be invited to sit.
Yeah, well, Reese was knocked into the goalie in the post, and he didn't like that. He got up and he got the right number. I think we are going to get both of them going. So,
well, Reese McDonald's sitting at least, and
no.
Penalty box door is open for the visiting team.
Yeah, the linesman's calling him. He tried to sneak in, but
Dempenwolf protests. It was not me.
I didn't do it.
I was not there. You can't prove that.
Yeah, just like prison, there's a lot of guys that say they didn't do it. So.
Right. Sit down, Potsy. Right. So that'll bring up 4-on-4. Opening up the ice for a little more speed here. River Kings have Cole Krieger, Jordan Steer, Jacob Yakus, Nathan Bottles out there. Vipers cross the River King blue line now. Hold up at the far half board. Shot wide. Oh, they had somebody open on the back door. Just couldn't get that pass to connect.
Reese McDonald received a 2-minute minor for roughing.
Reese McDonald, 2 minutes for roughing.
Marcus 10 received a 2-minute minor for roughing.
And number 10, Devin Wolf, 2 minutes for roughing. Matching 2-minute minor penalties. Opens up that ice out there now. Vipers are trying to regroup back in their own end. They'll shoot that down the length of the ice, and not sure why you would ice that in that situation. But the Vipers did, and we'll bring it back down here to the Vipers end of the rink. Luke Hartje out there. Zagrebski in to take the face off. Yakus and Steer back on the blue line. Here comes Zagrebski. Tries to get that to Steer. Passes just out in front of him, or to Yakus. Passes out just a little bit in front of him. Puck left back behind the net now. Picked up here by number 34, Bryce Height. Vipers just can't move that puck along. River Kings are just all over them.
The River Kings team speed is just so great that this 4-on-4 is almost an advantage to the River Kings.
Yeah, speed's one thing, and then just their skating ability. I think one thing we haven't really talked about much this year is the Gretzky's, skating ability. Just you watch him on the forecheck there, the way he crosses from one end to the other. Just very, very talented. Yakus will absorb a hit along the boards here. Vipers will bring that out now. Under 30 seconds remaining in the matching minors. Yakus looking to get a shot away here. Decides instead to feed that to Hartje. Ran out of room there as he tried to stuff that in. So nice setup. Just not enough room to execute the goal.
Yeah, and he couldn't put brakes on either. So.
Into the Vipers' end now. Their defense will pick that up, try to move that along. Penalties are over. Both teams are back to full strength. We have 5:35 remaining in the first period. Back behind the River Kings net now. Riley Allen keeping a close watch out there. Vipers try to center that and can't. Here comes Willard. He's got Skaggs with him. Let's see what happens here. He feeds that across. Shoot. Save
nice
there by Christo.
Nice save by Christo.
Yeah, he got across there well. That was set up well.
"24 shots already, and still 5 minutes left in the period, Paul."
Yeah, Christo may leave this game smelling like rubber the way this is going.
We'll call him Goodyear.
All right, nice job there by the River Kings holding that puck in the offensive zone here. Not letting the Vipers get that out. Newcomer on the forecheck. So Gretzky helping him out now. Vipers held up at the River Kings blue line. Puck shot up towards us, but everybody up here is okay. So Gretzky's still in pursuit. Back to Skaggs. Skaggs gets that to Stepney. Stepney backhands that along the glass. In behind the net now in the near corner here. The Vipers into the ice to our right. Willard looking to make a play here. Tries to feed it out front. Covered up by two players there. He's dumped. River Kings will keep that in the zone though. Here's a chance. Shot saved by Christo. Wow.
He just barely got over there in that one, and he's kind of looking for the puck, but he has it. So
yeah, he's not sure. He's looking for the referee. Like, is it okay to move now? So Redmond, Rydell, Brzezicki, Radke, and Cerilius out there for the River Kings. Face off to the right of Christo, the Vipers end. Vipers try to send that around the boards behind their net. They get it up to center ice. Possible opportunity here as they cross into the offensive zone. Shot well wide of the net. Rydell in there along the half boards, working with Jeff Redmond. Trying to dig that puck out of there. And now here it comes. Nice little move there off the boards there.
Yeah, nice little
shake and bake
move.
there.
Yeah, a little kick move by Redmond to get it off the boards there. Now it's
appears that we're going to have a penalty here. It's a little bit of a pile up back behind the net.
No, I think it's just going to be called for knocking the net off the mooring.
And you're correct.
Yeah, if he's not careful, this game's going to get out of hand. Especially the Riverkings would get another goal here. Rochester is starting to pick things up. If you look after the play, and even right there, Riverkings are hitting each other.
Well, game's had a good pace so far, but the Riverkings have definitely been dominating play. Yeah, nice crowd in here tonight. Glad to have these folks here enjoying Riverkings hockey. It's been a few minutes, time to give them something to cheer about here. Let's get that puck down there and let's score another one. Jordan Steer says, well, let me start that charge off. I'll pick the puck up and take it back behind our net. Then I'll take it down the boards. And I'll put it up the center ice, leave it for my buddy Reese McDonald. He's in on our forecheck there. Along the far boards. Smith backhands that into the corner. Max Moore working hard down there. Vipers send that out. Yakus blasts that right back in on Christo. He shot that from about, I don't know, 89 feet out. But shot on goal theirs. Vipers will dump that off down in the corner. Picked up by Yakus here. Kyle Smith moves that along.
Was he behind the three-point line? Or?
I'm going to say he was. Hey, that'd be great if we get 3 points for one goal.
Yeah, that would have been definitely NBA range. So. Oh.
Nathan Bottles dumped there.
Somersault cartwheel.
Nice job by Skaggs there, keeping that in using his skate. Puck shot up off the glass now, out the neutral ice. Vipers trying to get something going offensively here, but Riverkings will send that off the glass. Nice play there by Skaggs defensively. Oh, sorry, that's Nestepny. Here's Skaggs. I knew I saw Skaggs out there. Nathan Bottles has it now. Out to the far point. Nestepny sends that along the boards. Bottles in behind the net. Working with Harkey. Vipers can't control that as they clear the zone, but Cole Krieger picks that up and takes that to the other side of the ice and backhands that in. Picks up his own play there, gets it out in front to Harkey. Nothing happening there. Chance here, shot saved by Christo there. Newcomer just missed on that one.
Yeah, he fanned it the first time.
Out in front, Krieger sends that in towards the net. Puck still bouncing around. Let's see if we can get hold of it. No, we can't. Vipers will pick that up, send that down the length of the ice, and we'll have icing. So save them from the offensive pressure there, but unable to make that line change as you mentioned earlier.
No, I think that was probably a good move there. That's the time when icing can
save your bacon.
Save your bacon for a second, and you do get a chance to rest for about 10-15 seconds as the linesman gets the puck. So
Willard wins that draw, gets it to Cerullius. Cerullius shot wide. Over to the far side now. Radke tries to hold that in. Vipers managed to get that by him.
That'll be icing too.
First period.
Looks like they waved it off.
They waved it off.
Under a minute to go. This first period. Radke spins around there. Tries to, and this will be icing. 28 shots already. Face-off coming down to the Riverkings end to the left of Riley Allen. Riverkings have Zagrebski, Radke. Looks like Willard. Yakus with it. He'll collect the puck, take it behind his net. Shot off the glass. Down the length of the ice. We'll have another icing. 35 seconds remaining in the opening period. Riverkings enjoying a 2-0 lead right now. Willard in to take the face-off. Riverkings win. Shot up over the shoulder.
Nice
Riley Allen. Nice goal there for the Vipers. They start to close the gap now with 2-1 score.
Looks like number 13.
13 for them. Got that. Ben Haas.
Ben Hans is a local boy from Rochester, Minnesota. So.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, the Vipers have quite a few players that are actually coming out of southern Minnesota. I noticed they have like Byron, Minnesota, which is just by Rochester and everything. So it's good to see. It's kind of like Marty wants to build hockey up and down the river here. So.
Puck knocked down there by Christo and put the glove on that. 9 seconds remaining in the period. Yeah, it's always good to have some of the local guys here join the team. Got Torger Sturczewski this year. And Zagreski, I believe, is from Stevens Point.
Yeah, you want to at least have, a good base of your players from your home state. In the area right around it, so.
All right, so we come to the end of the first period. Riverkings enjoy a 2-1 lead. A little bit different story than last night, but it's 29 shots on goal for Wisconsin Rapids, 2 for the visiting squad. We'll be back in just a few minutes to start the second period. Welcome back to the Southwood County Recreation Center here on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media and Hockey TV. Getting ready for the start of the second period here. Riverkings hold a 2-1 lead. Jeff, what do you think we got to do to extend this lead in this period?
Well, really, you just got to keep playing the way we've been playing, getting the shots, and eventually hope the pucks will go in the net. Tighten up the defense a little bit, but Rochester's having a hard time breaking out. Seems like every time they touch the puck, the Riverkings are right on them. So you just have to, keep them having any lapses of judgment and make good, solid passes when you're breaking out of your own end. And I think the Riverkings the score will eventually take care of itself. But
just skate it out of your end as opposed to hurrying up trying to move it along the boards.
Yeah. So, sometimes the boards, you can use them as your friends, but you just don't want to make a blind pass up the middle and have a Viper just standing out there in the slot. And so, close game like that, you don't want to give them any chances.
Absolutely. So onto the ice now. Nathan Bottles, Cole Krieger, Luke Hergy, Jacob Yakus, Jordan Steer, Riley Allen in the goal to our right here for the second period. Second period's longer change to get to your bench, so especially important to be responsible with the puck this period. Jordan Steer has that. He'll send it off the glass. No icing here as it comes down the length of the ice, but Fed shot deflected it. Goaltender will deflect that up into the netting, and we'll get ready to go again. Yes, sir.
Did you notice in the beginning of the game the nice growth of the playoff beards that especially this first line of ours is already starting to get on there? So they're definitely motivated and where they want to go to Boston. So
they're going to Chesapeake this year, isn't it? Chesapeake, Virginia.
Okay.
Is it?
I believe you.
I thought I read something about that. We used to live near Chesapeake, Virginia.
Did ya?
Yeah, good crab meat there. All right, Cole Krieger's got that now. Cole Krieger has it back. Gets that to Yakus. Yakus, nice pass there. Cross ice to Jordan Steer. He'll get fired up here and cross the blue line. Carries that in. Shot towards the net, deflected by the defense. Bottles in the corner, digs that out. Riverkings center that. Krieger tied up there. Sticks couldn't get his stick loose there. Defenseman was all over him. Kings looking to get that centered now. Archie just couldn't get a chance there. Shot, save, rebound comes out. Skaggs had a nice opportunity there, but goaltender made a good save. Riverkings feed that out front. Shot, rebound there, puck still loose. And just what you were saying, Jeff, you want to dump that out sometimes to be cautious. And Vipers will send that out. Vipers are calling for that face-off to be down here in the Riverkings end because the goaltender gloved it, and I think they're right.
Well, yeah, I'm not sure though, because it crossed the red line first, and that's when the whistle's supposed to be blowing, and it bounced back over. So, but they're going to put it down here. So,
that's the argument the Riverkings are making now, is that it crossed the goal line. So,
yeah, it hit the backboards and it bounced back to him.
Yeah.
That's why he put his glove on it. Well, anyways, we'll get started again here.
And the Stepney's off to the races there as he moves that around. Here's a chance here. Newcomer heading in. See if he can get a shot away, and he does. Save there by Christo. Puck rebound into the corner. Back behind the net now. Fed out in front. Zagreski looking for a shot there. Gets that up high off the shoulder. Vipers will start to move that along. Here comes number 10. He's headed towards the goal. Good job by the Stepney there to cut him off. Riverkings will move that puck along into the corner now, along the far half boards in front of the visiting crowd. And here comes Newcomer. Nice job on his skates there, hanging on to that. Feeds that in front. Oh, just couldn't get a clean shot away there. Puck wouldn't settle down for Skaggs. Skaggs takes kind of a high hit there, but whistle's blown.
Nesby couldn't quite hold that puck in.
Headed to the ice now, Max Moore, Cerilius, Radke, Smith, and Reese McDonald. 33 shots so far for Wisconsin Rapids. Radke to Cerilius, right in front of the scorer's table here. Art Napgezek getting some good close-up shots for that for you. Vipers move that out of their zone now. 3-on-2 opportunity here if they hurry, and they do. Trying to get that in, fed across, just couldn't get a shot away on that one. Riverkings are going to need to tighten up a little bit defensively here. They're kind of following the same pattern they did last night, where not as intense in the second period. So let's see if they hopefully recover from that. Vipers start to skate that up and out of their zone. Cerilius backhands that along the boards. Vipers control that coming out of their end now. Out to neutral ice.
Line change, so.
Nice check there by Cerilius. He's been throwing the body around pretty good this series. Physical play starting to pick up. Rydell at the top of the face-off circle. Tries to get around in defense and can't. Riverkings control the zone. Rydell's got that backhand save there. Yakus has it at the blue line now. Riverkings starting to put some pressure on. Yakus will go back behind the net, still controlling that puck. Feeds that out in front. Redmond shot, save into the corner.
I think that might have hit his own man.
Redmond in there again. Jordan Steer just couldn't control that. It jumped over his stick and came out of the zone. Riverkings are guilty of offsides. We're going to bring it down.
They're going to bring that one all the way back.
Picking up the pressure a little bit, though, which you like to see. Started out a little bit flat in the second period, but that shift there seemed to pick and kind of energize things a little bit. What were you saying, Jeff?
I was going to say that the fourth line really came out and had a nice shift there. So
yeah, it takes a whole team effort. So
that just shows how deep this team is this year. I mean, other years the
turnover in the zone here. Vipers try to get that across. I'm not sure why he didn't shoot that there. He had a good opportunity to. Yeah, you're right. It's a very deep squad. Not a lot of drop off between lines, so that makes it tough on any opponent. Opportunity here for the Riverkings now. Bottles, nice job avoiding that open ice check there. Gets that up to Hartje. Hartje looking to get it.
There we go.
Going to be a penalty here.
Finally.
Hartje looks like he may have taken a slash.
Yeah, he got one right to the arm or wrist.
So the River King power play will make its way to the ice. Looks like
Archie's getting looked at by the trainer there. So
number 8, Brendan Postier, will sit.
Well, let's see if the Riverkings do something with this.
Yeah, you got to take advantage of your opportunities, and this is a good one for them here early in the second period. Linesman can't remain vertical there. It's to be okay, though. Zagrebski feeds that across. Gets that to Newcomer. Newcomer's dumped there. Nice check by Brzezicki. Skaggs has it back in the River Kings end now. Heavily forechecked here, trying to make his way up the ice. He'll retreat back behind the safety of his net. Look to get something set up here as he feeds that to Newcomer. Nice little touch pass there as he gets that to Willard. Willard in, shot just over the top of the net here. Skaggs holds that in the zone. Down to Zagrebski. Zagrebski at the half wall there, gets it back to Skaggs. Skaggs sends a shot in, deflected by the defense and up into the netting. Get ready to go again here with 14:48 remaining in the period. 1:12 in the penalty. Face off to the right of Christo here. Controlled by the River Kings now. Jordan Steer looking to pull the trigger. Decides to pass that off to Yakus instead. They'll play a little catch here. Back and forth between those two River Kings. Now they get it back behind the net to Willard. Willard controls that, skates it up the half boards over to Jordan Steer. Still can't get a shot away now. Big blast there by Yakus. Just missed on that one. Comes out to Willard. Willard's got that down to Zagrebski. Over to Jordan Steer. He's going to skate this in now. Zagrebski's on the move. Headed towards the net. Shot. Puck deflected up into the air. Jordan Steer's got it down at the top of the face-off circle. Over the blue line now to Yakus. Yakus fans on the pass. And the play's headed the other way now. Jordan Steer's going to need to get back defensively. Shot. And
goal
from the top of the face-off circle by Rochester to tie this one up. Short-handed goal there.
By their leading scorer, Mark Dempenwolf.
Dempenwolf, yeah. Very similar to how they scored last night. A big blast from that face-off circle, top of that face-off circle.
I got it. Guess he got his motor running, huh?
Yes, so. So the River Kings give up a short-handed goal, and that silences the hometown crowd here. Looking to get something going here now. Last thing you want to do after you pretty much embarrassed this other team last night, last thing you want to do is let them back in this series now. They'll pick that puck up and they'll dump that down the length of the ice. No worry about icing here with 9 seconds remaining in the penalty.
Yeah, they'll pretty much kill the penalty, so.
So not the results the River Kings were looking for there. Yakus will bring that up. And Archie, good to see him back, and he's got the puck back behind the net. Both teams back to full strength here. And once again, River Kings are having to get back defensively now. Possible 2-on-1s. Nope. Shot went wide. Yakus has that along the far boards. Pass misses. That's going to be icing.
They only have 2 shots when they had 2 shots before and they scored a goal.
Face off to the left of Riley Allen here. River Kings need to step on the gas. Get back to playing that River King hockey you always talk about, Jeff. Hard, fast, and physical. Krieger gets that to Harchie. He's headed towards the net. Tied up by the defense there. Bowling for goalies here. Everybody's up though. Cerilius has that. Sends that over to Bottles. Bottles shot's blocked. Nice job by Cole Krieger knocking that down. Boys will hold that in the Vipers zone. Tied up along the boards now. Harchie can't make a play as he's dumped. Out of the zone now. River Kings will send that back in. Radke dumps that in. Here's Reese McDonald on the play. He's headed for a little open ice here, trying to get an opportunity. Krieger shot saved by Christo. Rebound comes out. Radke's got it along the boards. Gets that back behind the net now. Another chance there. Puck's tipped off the goaltender. Heads out front. Cerelius has it. He'll feed that through the slot. Can't make anything happen here though. Radke will retreat to center ice to pick that up. Turn that back around and dump that in. Max Moore on the forecheck. Good job there, taking his man out. Retrieving that puck. 12 minutes even remaining in the second period. Scores all tied up 2-2. Max Moore on the hunt here. Offensive player gets by him. Cerelius gets that at center ice. He'll send that back in. Max Moore will hold that puck up. Shot there, deflected into the corner there. Good opportunity, but just couldn't get the bounce. Vipers backhand that down the length of the ice. We'll get an icing call here with 11:34 remaining. 37 shots on goal for the Riverkings. Listed as 2 shots right now for the Vipers, but that's incorrect. We believe they have 3. Face off to the left of Christo here in front of the hometown crowd. On the far face-off circle. Riverkings pounding the boards with their sticks, trying to fire their guys up on the ice out there. They got McDonald out there. Kyle Smith to take the face-off. The Stepney back at the blue line, working with Skaggs. Kyle Smith's got that now, sends that into the corner. Reese McDonald has that. Back at the point now, shot deflected. Comes along the near boards and the Stepney picks that up. Battle in the corner continues. Physical play starting to pick up here. Riverkings looking for an opportunity here. This could be it for Skaggs. Shot, scores! Trenton Skaggs with a beautiful goal there. Just what the Riverkings needed, Jeff.
Yeah, we really need that one there. So let's see if we can get back in control of this game. A lot of times when you get a goal, they start coming in bunches. So.
Well, I think it was important that they answered after the Vipers tied this up.
Exactly.
Yeah, they had scored 2 unanswered goals, so time to get it headed back in the River King direction here, and that goal from Skaggs certainly should help. Rydell's got that in front of the visiting bench. Skaggs with the goal. Smith with the assist. And Reese McDonald with the second assist. So Skaggs from Smith and McDonald. Should have been a call there. Redmond was dumped, but once again, check your phone. Redmond's got it now. Shot, scores!
That's the way to
right
show
there, in front of the Redmond fan club, huh?
That's the way to make up it. Look at the ref. He doesn't want to call the penalty.
Right.
Get the puck and put it in the net.
That's fine. That's fine. Don't call the penalty, ref. We'll take that. He's telling him, feed me. Nobody on the team has a better celebration than Jeff Redmond. So like you said, goals coming in bunches there. We've picked up 2 so far this period. Time to keep that up. Willard's already got 1 tonight. Let's see if we can get him on the board again.
And 9:25 of the second period. Here the Riverkings score number 18, Jeff.
Battle behind the net now.
Assisted by number 6, Adam Brzezinski, and number 16, Zane Rydell.
Brzezicki and Rydell with assists on the Redmond goal. Riley Allen stops that back behind the net. Riverkings will send that off the glass and out to center ice. And, that just kind of helps to calm the waters for the Riverkings a little bit now. Maybe a little bit back on their heels to start the period. They give up that second goal. Now things are back where they need to be.
Yeah, the batteries are recharged, so.
Here's a chance here. Let's see if he can get the shot through. Oh, Newcomer had a chance. A lot of people in front. He gets another chance there. Save there by Christo.
Just couldn't get it up over that pad.
Yeah, you like to see him keep heading towards the net, though.
Yes.
Keeping the pressure on. we'll get ready for the face-off here. Cerilius is out on the ice for the River Kings, as well as Radke, Zagrebski. Willard is out there, a newcomer. Vipers struggle to get that puck out of their zone here. Comes out to neutral ice, and Zagrebski's just looking to make a play here. He covered the puck. That should be a hand pass.
It should be a penalty for a delay of game.
Referee to the bench, discussing the whole situation with our crack scoring team. Calls on the other official. What did you see? This guy did it. No, I didn't. Yes, I did. That wasn't me.
Yeah, that's 2 minutes delay a game.
So, we invite number 8, Brendan Postier, to enjoy the penalty box facilities.
Fine accommodations.
They are. Yeah. You know, you get one phone call when you go to the penalty box. You can call the pizza guy.
Yep. And Polito's, they're one of our wonderful sponsors. So.
Had some Polito's pizza last night. I think the River Kings may be guilty here. And there's a short-lived power play as Cole Krieger will sit for 2 minutes now. Special teams are going to, power play is going to, especially is going to need to tighten up a little bit here as we get deeper in the playoff run.
Yeah, I think our power play is going at below 20% right now, so in the playoffs.
Well, last time we're on a power play, you know, we give up a goal. Now we get another power play. It lasts 5 seconds, 6 seconds, and we take a tripping penalty in the offensive zone. It's just not responsible. Down in the River King end now. Shot saved by Riley Allen. Rebound comes out of Bottles. He'll skate that up and out. Nice little saucer hand, backhand pass to Yakus there. He's looking to feed that across. Knocked down by the defender. And Vipers will pick that up, send that out, and that'll be icing.
Can't understand why they did that, but
they've had a bit of a tendency to do that last night and tonight. In either case, face off to the left of the goaltender here. Vipers win that draw. They'll try to move that out of their zone. Gets that out to Stepney at center ice. Taken away here by the Viper players. Number 20, sorry, number 10. That's their leading goal scorer. He's got one tonight. Back to Skaggs, who also has a goal tonight. Glad to see Skaggs. There's been a lot of times throughout the year he's called for the puck and hasn't gotten it. Glad to see him get a goal tonight.
Yeah, he works awful hard.
Oh yeah.
And he's always looking for the puck, looking for a good shot. So
looking for it in front of the net now. Got some traffic down there. And puck kind of pinballing around through the slot, but no real good scoring opportunities there. River Kings come back out to center ice. Willard's got that now. Tries to get it to Zagrebski. Passes in his skates, and Skaggs will pick that up along the far side boards. 20 seconds remaining in the initial penalty to the Vipers, and then they'll have a very brief power play. Shot in towards McNair there. Or not McNair, that's Allen. McNair was last night. Pay attention, Paul. All right. Vipers are back to full strength now as they head into the River Kings end. The River Kings are back to full strength now. Both teams 5-on-5. Oh, breakout pass to Kyle Smith. Just dropped off him.
Hit him in the numbers, but couldn't slow it down enough. So
could not get the Rowdy Lugo to knock that down fast enough. He had nobody between him and the goalie.
No, that puck kind of hit Rowdy, and it must have been a little fish slime there, and he just shot towards the goal. And
well, we'll see what Mr. Smith can do in the face-off circle here. He takes the draw. McDonald, shot wide. Comes out to the far corner. Vipers will wheel that around here. River Kings, good job holding the zone here. Oh, no.
going to be a penalty coming up on the Riverkings to Mr. McDonald.
McDonald will take a seat. Vipers back on the power play now. Face-off will come down to the Riverkings end to our right. Bottles, Krieger, Steer, Radke out on the ice. No, yeah, Radke will be replaced by Yakus here for the penalty kill. So, all right, ready for the face-off now. Vipers win that. Number 12 has it for them. Riverkings clear the zone here. Reese McDonald picked up a 2-minute minor for roughing. So Bottles is taking his man into the boards. Stick being held, no call there. Really took Bottles out of the play here. Didn't allow him the opportunity to get to the puck, but I guess that's okay. Bottles gets it there. He'll just dump that down the length of the ice. Riverkings will get ready to start making a partial line change here as Luke Harkey gets back to the ice. 1:19 remaining in the penalty. Picked up here by Vipers number 10. Steppenwolf whips that around the boards. Over the far boards now. Behind the net, Jordan Steer applying the check. Keeps that defensive pressure up. Archie will try to move that up and out. Gets that to Yakus. Yakus to Krieger. Krieger and Yakus working down here. Good opportunity for Yakus here. Puck taken off the stick by the defense though. Vipers will turn that back the other way. 5:35 remaining in the period. They'll cross the blue line. Can't get a shot away there. Visiting team's bench protesting that.
They were looking for a little hooking penalty, so.
They didn't have anything to say when their guy was holding our guy's stick, though. So, I guess what goes around comes around. So,
bodies are flying all over the place.
Collision there. Cole Krieger involved with number 6 for the Vipers. The intensity's starting to pick up here with 13 seconds remaining in the penalty. Nice job there by Archie. He'll just leave that in the end, in the Vipers' end here, and rag some time off that clock. Just making laps around them.
Oh my gosh.
Riverkings back to full strength now. Shot wide of the net there, but Kyle Smith picks that up. See if we can get something going here at 4:44 remaining in the period. Shot towards the net just wide. Reese McDonald has that now. To Cerilius. Cerilius skates that along the boards, looking to try and get some help. Calling for Max Moore to get the puck here. Shot blocked. Comes out of the Riverkings end. Radke turns around, wheels that off the board. Back behind the net now. Max Moore in there on the forecheck. Puck shot up into the netting here. We'll get ready for a face-off here in the Vipers' end with 4:20 remaining. Zagrebski, Willard, Nastepny, Skaggs,
newcomer,
and Willard. Oh, newcomer. Zagrebski sends that in through the slot just wide of the net. Nastepny backhands that along the boards. Shot out in front. Oh, Zagrebski just missed there. Skaggs will hold that in the zone. No, they said the Riverkings did not hold the zone there. And now the puck definitely did not stay in the zone as that came up near the scorer's table here on the luxury suite level. 4 minutes remaining in the second period.
Now they're going to say it comes out of the zone.
So the face-off will come to the face-off dot just in front of the Riverkings bench. Vipers will draw that back into their zone. Off the boards behind their net. Nice forecheck there by Zagrebski. Now a nice back check by Zagreski as he comes back and gets the puck. That's what I was saying. We don't talk about his skating enough. Really, very smooth on his skates. How's that not too many men on the ice? All right. Newcomer trying to clear that puck away and hassled by the forecheckers. Puck comes through the slot. Skaggs doesn't have any of that, though. He'll lift that up out to center ice and kill that threat. Skaggs has it again. He's playing a great game. Shot. Oh, looking for goal number 2 there. Almost had it as the goaltender gloves that down. 3:08 remaining. So Yakus, Brzezicki, Stier, Redmond. Missed somebody. Yakus maybe? Rydell. There we go. That's all of them. Face off. Waved off here. Drop that again. Vipers win the face-off. Turnover here. Chance for the Riverkings. Oh, shot up over the net. Brzezicki just missed on that one. Puck still laying in a slot. Pressure's on here. Redmond knocks that down. Good job by him. Looking for somebody to get that to, and instead he'll just dump that into the corner. Puck deflected around in the slot now. No white jerseys there to cover that though. Here's one now. Rydell shot.
Hit the crossbar.
Hit the crossbar, went out.
Thought that went in for a second.
I did too. I heard it hit the crossbar and I didn't see anybody react, and I was like, where is it? So, same line remains out there now. Face off to the left of the goaltender, Christo. He's faced 46 River King shots tonight, stopped 42 of them. Jordan Stier is going to have to hurry to keep that in, and he does. Carries that back behind into the corner and shoots it back behind the net. Vipers start to bring that across the red line, across the blue line, looking to get a long distance shot there, and River King defense having none of that. They'll turn that right back around. Redmond pushes his man out to center ice here. Jordan Stier says, thank you very much. I'll shoot that off the boards. We will begin the chase process of the dump and chase. Brought out now by the River Kings.
They'll get a line change here.
Yeah, keep an eye on Rydell, Jeff. Let's see if you don't mind. He looked to be a little bit banged up as he was coming back to the bench.
Oh, he's still out there. Or Rydell.
16.
Okay.
Yeah, shot saved by Riley Allen. Gonna need to hurry to get there, and he can't.
Didn't control the rebound.
Not at all. And left a gift landing in the slot there. And
only Vipers around, and they got to the puck first.
So
they're still in this hockey game. So even though being on shot 46-6, it's a 4-3 hockey game.
Yeah, there needs to be a sense of urgency coming out of the guys in the white jerseys right now. Very unusual for Riley Allen. Usually he's very good at controlling the rebounds. That one got away from him. Gonna look for the guys in front of him to help extend that lead once again here. Radke picks that up.
At 18:24, the second period, we have a Vipers score for number 17, Yair Barner. Assistant for number 13, Ben High.
Number 17 with the goal, 13 with the assist.
Oh, come on. There's a... That has to be a 5-minute major. Hartke's down on the ice. 23 is...
Yeah, he got run.
He got nailed in the back. That was a checking from behind, or maybe a cross check. He's going for the night. He's gone.
He's gone. check on him?
Luke Archie could have been seriously hurt there. He was in a bad position.
So Gus Hughes appears to be gone for the night. There'll be a 5-minute major penalty here. Archie once again visiting the trainer. He's having a bit of a rough night out there. Glad to see him up after taking that hit.
So we'll see John Patron in the box for the Vipers.
And this is it, right? Now's the time to take advantage of this. Shut these guys down and let them know that, you know, you can't get away with that kind of stuff, and it needs to cost them. Game misconduct, 5-minute major, just over a minute remaining in the second period. You know, 2-3 goals on this power play would be just a ticket here.
It's supposed to be nice to get one at least before with a minute left here, be a big momentum builder.
Yeah, and then sit in the locker room while your teammates come back in and they can share with you with what happened while for the penalty that you took. 1 minute remaining in the second. Yakus has that. Nice cross-ice feed there as he gets it to Krieger. Krieger looking to center that. Nobody in front, though. Knocked down by the defense. 35 seconds remaining in the period. Krieger's got it now. Hassled by the defenseman. Nice feed back to Krieger. Puck gets away from him now. The Vipers will dump that down the length of the ice. Jordan Steer picks that up. Just over 4 minutes remaining in the major.
That was a weird hop off the boards.
Been a few of them tonight. Yaku's shot. Save there by Christo. 15 seconds remaining. Archie's still on the bench. Jordan Steer, Yaku's out on defense. Berzecki in there. Jordan Steer's got it now. Gets that to Berzecki. Over to Yakus. Yakus shot deflected. Jordan Steer's going to need to hurry. Shot sent wide of the net. Jordan Steer's got that. That's going to do it for the second period. Riverkings have 48 shots. Visiting squad has 6. Riverkings head to the third period with a 4-3 lead with 3:43 remaining on the major penalty. We'll be back in just a few minutes for the start of the third period. Hello, hockey fans. Welcome back to the Southwood County Recreation Center as we prepare to start the third period here. Riverkings hold a 4-3 lead. They have a 3-minute and 43-second man advantage on the power play here as the Vipers picked up a major penalty towards the end of the second period. Jeff, what do we need to do to expand our lead and come out victorious tonight here?
We need to come out and take advantage of this power play. We got like you said, 3:43 left in it. And, you know, we at least have to get one out of this, and hopefully like 2 or maybe 3 goals out of this. That would do a lot to determine the outcome of this game, that's for sure. So right now we're letting the Vipers hang around. You give a team a chance. Who knows? Anything can happen. So
yeah, keep letting them think they're in it, and they will be.
St. Paul, elsewhere in the Midwest Division, in the other playoff games tonight, or earlier in the day, the Blue Ox beat the Steele County Blazers 4-0. That was their first playoff game, so they lead the series 1-0. The Moose are up 3-0 on the Mallards tonight, and Hudson Havoc are beating the Mullets 4-0 in Hudson. So
pretty active day in the division. Been an active week in hockey. Unfortunately, I'd like to pass along some condolences. Wayne Gretzky's father passed away earlier this week, and then
Walter Gretzky
scores. Sorry to interrupt that with a River King goal, but we'll take it.
And it looks like Mr. Archie
gets his revenge after he absorbed that hit. Yeah.
Uses his head, yes.
Yes, sir. That's just what we needed to start the period.
It's nice to see him back and playing and healthy, so.
Yeah, he really got drilled on that shot, so good to see him come out.
Yeah, and then early in the period, he also got a good whack to the arm or the wrist, so. He's had a tough night. It seems like every time he's gotten the puck, he's had two of the Vipers on him. I'm sure they're aware of his goal-scoring prowess, so.
Oh, yeah. So power play goal there for the Riverkings. They'll remain on the power plays. That's a major penalty. So, again, while we have a second, as Jeff was saying, condolences to the Gretzky family. Also like to pass along Mark Pavlik, member of the 1980 Olympic hockey team, passed away today, and condolences to his family as well. So.
Yeah, Wayne Gretzky himself, he called his dad the Great One, so. His dad actually was quite a hockey player and through the junior levels or up, but he really didn't make in the highest level in juniors in Canada because he was just a little bit too small. But
taught Wayne to tuck in his jersey behind his back on the right there because he was too short and stick kept getting hung up in the jersey.
Yep.
And he followed that all the way through his NHL career. So. All right, Riverkings on the attack here. Skaggs looking to pull the trigger but can't. Decides to pass that back to Zagretzky, who's looking to get a shot away here, and he does. Shot. Oh, that looked like that was headed in, but deflected at the last second here. Nice job there by Skaggs to hold that in. Let's see if he can pull the trigger. No, back to Zagretzky. Gets it down low. Zagretzky's got it back again at the half walls. Up top to Skaggs again. He'll swap places with Yakus now, trying to spread some room around there.
Yes!
Tippin scores!
Sitting on the back door, Mr. Willard.
Skaggs with the feed through there, and Willard with the touch. And that's the second power play goal. So,
a nice job by Skaggs to feed that puck over, seeing him sitting on the back door.
Yeah, so patient, you know. Just good communication and starting to know where everybody is. And you got the Vipers players looking at the skies now. So 6-3 lead on the 50th shot of the goal, on goal for the game. And here's Jordan Steer. Gets that to Cole Krieger.
And another Riverking power play goal. Scored number 25, Sander Willard.
Willard with the power play goal. That's his second goal of the night, I believe.
Skaggs to number 11, Trezandemski.
Here's Archie. You know, he'd like to pick up another one. So Gretzky with the assist.
Continue on the power play.
Nice shot by Steer there.
Yeah, trying to get some traffic in the front now. Vipers got a nice box out there. Jordan will pass that along now. Holds it to the blue line. Same way they scored the last goal. Now he cuts in. Shot, save. Puck's still in the crease. Vipers can't clear it. Riverkings control it now. Jordan Steer's got it.
Let go, let go.
Archie heading right back towards the net, though. Yakus feeds that back to Krieger. Up to the blue line now to Steer. Yaku sends that across. Shot off
Hit
the
the
post.
pipe.
Puck's still in the,
Puck's
still in the
right in
slot.
front.
Oh, and the Vipers clear it. 45 seconds remaining in that power play, though. Still an opportunity here for us to get one more. That's so close. Shot deflected into the corner now. Riverkings trying to make something happen. 30 seconds remaining, and the Vipers will dump that down the length of the ice. Allen will direct that for his defense as Yakus picks that up. 25 seconds remaining. Skaggs there. He had a beautiful pass on that last goal.
You got a line check. You got Zagretzky out there right now.
Zagretzky headed towards the net. Shot, save. Newcomer dumped in there. He was trying to get back to help, and I guess that's not interference. You can hit the guy without the puck. Check your phone.
The Vipers are back to full start.
Power play's over now. Riverkings get 2 on that major penalty. 2 power play goals. Good to see Hartje be one of them. Newcomer now, cross the center ice logo, cross the blue line. Puck just comes off his stick. Vipers will take advantage of that, though, and they'll clear the zone here. Riverkings send that back around with 15:45 remaining. Willard's had a good night.
Nice job of holding that puck in.
Absolutely, yeah. Really strong play there. Puck landed in a slot. No white jerseys there to collect it, though. Radke has that now at the point. Back behind the net, Willard, nice feed out to Zagretzky. Tries to center that. Knocked away by the Vipers. Cerullius across the red line, across the blue line, backhand towards the net. Nice. Shot save there. Surprising how quick he can get going.
Yeah, he turned that corner there and got a nice backhand shot up there.
And this time they blow the puck when it crosses the goal line.
Yeah.
Face off to our right. Kyle Smith in there for the Riverkings to take that. It's got Max Moore working with him. Luke McDonald as well. Puck backhanded towards Jacques. Comes outside the zone. Riverkings will have to clear. Puck deflected up into the netting. We'll get ready for another face-off.
Well, Paul, just like the player, the referees, a lot of them are trying to work their way up too, so
sure,
they're going to make possibly some mistakes, some calls that we see up here that they don't, but just because we've had our eyes checked and they're perfect. And
oh yeah, they're perfect. So, yeah, like the 2 goals I called 2 games ago that never went near the net. Yeah, stellar. Hey, I get more right than wrong, I think, so that's good, you know?
That's right.
All right, here's Reese McDonald. Puts a little move on there, gets that into the Vipers' end. Sends that down towards the net, stopped by the defenseman, though. They'll carry it up and out of their zone. Crossing the center ice logo now. Puck falls off the stick, and Kyle Smith says, thank you very much. I'm going to give this to my buddy Max Moore, and he's going to take a shot. Shot knocked down there by the goaltender. Left in the corner now, picked up at the half boards in front of the visiting team bench now. Max Moore applying that pressure on the forecheck, trying to get something going here. He's outnumbered 3-1, so good job there keeping that puck in the Vipers' end. He'll head to the bench now for a line change. Chance here for the Vipers, possibly. Brzezicki's not going to allow that to happen, though. He's going to pick that up and try to carry that off.
And there's Rydell out there, so he is back. So
good. Yeah, he got a little banged up, it looked like, in that second period as well. Stepney trying to make a move here. Puck kind of up on its end as it was shot towards the slot.
Here we go, Jeff.
He's not going to get to that one. So too far out in front of him. Riverkings in the corner. Redmond watching that play closely here. Nice check there by Skaggs. Takes his man out of the play. Didn't have to run him into the boards there, but just that physical contact. Yep. Enough to distract him. Brzezicki battling in the corner. Puck back behind the net. And there's Jeff Redmond. Shot up over the net, but the goaltender tried to get the waffle board on it anyway. Taking no chances, I guess, when you've given up 6 goals in a game. Radke's got it at the blue line. Passes that over now to Cerullius. He's heading towards the net. Feed out in front. Shot, save. Christo deflects it behind the net. Into the corner. Picked up here by Harchie. Looking to center that. Shot blocked. Smart play by Radke there. Instead of pinching down and trying to get that puck and keep the offensive pressure on, decided it was probably better to play defense there.
Yeah, Cerullius, its other defensive partner, had pinched in, and so he was the only one back there. So good thing he bailed there.
Yeah, good smart play there by Radke. So puck headed towards the Vipers' net. Radke has that there. Up off the glass, into the corner. Puck along that near wall here. Little soccer style kick there from Jacques as he'll set that up for Hartje now. Riverkings will retreat back to center ice.
Newcomer got caught off sides there, so get a face-off in time for a line change, and we'll have Newcomer and Willard and Zagretzky out there, along with Steer and Jacques.
Ready for the face-off here. There's Jordan. Got that puck. Gets that. Jacques Pass deflected off the Viper player. Knocked down behind the net. 11:25 remaining in the third period.
Nice forecheck.
Good job by Willard there. Puck comes out to the center. Jordan Steers got that. Gets that to Newcomer. Newcomer back to Yakus. Yakus, nice cross-ice pass to Jordan. Jordan, big blast there. That'll, goaltender will steer that up into the netting. We'll get ready for a face-off with 11:06.
Nice pass from Yakus across the steer. You can tell they've been playing together now for most of the year, and it's starting to gel, and they know where each other are.
Yeah, you kind of wondered when Harold Jurgens had moved on, kind of.
Yeah, well, couldn't come back here because of COVID.
Yeah, so who was Jordan gonna pair up with? No call there. Yakus was unceremoniously dumped. Chance here for the Riverkings though. Backhand, little saucer pass. Great bound. Oh, out in front, just missed there. Trying to tuck it in for the hat trick. Can't get it. Oh, come on, Willard. So close. Jordan Steers got it now at the half wall. Starting to pick up the pace here. So scoots out to center ice. Yaku's back for it. Calling for some teammates to give him a hand. Back pedals now. Gets that out to center ice. Crosses the Vipers blue line. Puck flutters into the Riverkings end. Picked up once again by Yakus. Chance here.
Oh.
Moore's dumped. Also legal, apparently. Vipers start to bring that in. Trying to cross the blue line now. Kyle Smith, nice stick work there to take that puck away. Backhands that off the boards out to neutral ice. On the move here now. Here comes the Stepney. Lifts that up into the near corner. Along the near side half boards now. Reese McDonald tries to pinch in and collect that puck, but the Vipers will take advantage of that. They'll send that in and shot up. Calling for it, saying it hit the netting.
I think so.
So 9:27 remaining, we got 58 shots on goal, 6 goals, giving up 3. Time to step on the gas a little bit here. All right, let's pick up one more.
Don't put more back on the ice. Don't put more back on the ice.
Oh. So the visiting team bench, visiting team coach tries to offer Coach Marty Quarters some coaching advice across the glass, and I believe that may be an unsportsmanlike conduct call. I'm not sure exactly what it's going to be, but
I think he might have made the little slash to the throat, and I think that might have been the reason it got called. Because Max Moore and a couple of the other players on his last shift were, he was kind of getting on a
heads up. Oh, 2-minute minor for roughing. Sorry. Not unsportsmanlike conduct.
Okay.
Kind of trying to take out the penalty box attendant, and that's just wrong.
Yeah, the camera lady again, so.
Yeah, she's had a couple of close calls this season. Might have to get her a helmet. All right, Yakus has it now. Jordan Steer chips that over to Cole Krieger.
I think
the
using
Viper
Peter
player
Puck,
without a stick. He's got that now. Archie's got that back behind the net. Gets that over to Krieger. Krieger looking to get something set up here now. Pressured by the defense. Archie pins that up in the corner, gets it to Krieger. Spins that back around. Not a lot of room to work down there. Vipers are keeping things close, but Harchie's got a chance here. Gets it to Krieger, feeds it across. Oh, good save by Christo there as Harchie was looking to tip that in.
Yeah, Rochester definitely has an aggressive penalty kill. They're challenging the Riverkings and skating.
Yeah, they did a good job there trying to limit things a bit. We'll see what this line can do here now as Willard's out there, newcomer, Yakus, Steer. Zagrebski. Jordan Steers got that at the far point. Down to the goal line. Chance here for Zagrebski. Oh, just put it too high. It's a little bit snake bit tonight.
Yeah, he's kind of missed a few just right over the net, so.
Jordan Steers got that back now. Takes a shot, high and wide. Over to the far half boards where Zagrebski picks that up. Nice move there to keep that play in. Chance here, let's see. Riverkings look to bury that. They're tied up in the slot. Weak clearing attempt there as it comes out to center ice. 8:01 remaining, 8 minutes in the game remaining in the period. 30 seconds remaining in the penalty. All right, Riverkings putting some pressure on here. Zagrebski runs hard into the boards there. He's up and he's okay.
That sounds more like a dive there.
As Zagrebski takes a punch.
And now the guy that was dumped and taking his hurt, he's up and ready to fight
he's
too,
up and fine. All of a sudden, our guy's getting drilled in the head here. So we need to get this taken care of here. Number 71. He'll be gone for the night, it appears. That's Isaac Fuller. Yeah, Rochester team very excited about all that. To me, it was a bit of a cowardly move.
And the other coach is talking a little bit more.
Yeah, their coach has been talking ever since the before the national anthem tonight. So.
I'm sorry. I mean, Rochester's been playing hard tonight, but they're down 6-3. Look at the scoreboard.
Well, and they've gotten away with a lot.
Yeah, the referee. Some of the reason this game's getting out of hand, the referee has swallowed the whistle a little bit tonight.
Zagrebski got run in the corner and got hit over in the corner. Got tied up with the Rochester player, and as he was trying to get untangled, the Rochester player fell. Apparently, Isaac Fuller was upset about that. Came in, dropped the gloves, started throwing punches. And somebody else is being invited to leave.
Game misconduct for something he said to the ref.
So.
He probably just said "you" to the referee. That's all you need to do. You. That's usually the word. So.
Right. Yeah. Or something leading up to that. But either way, Isaac Fuller will apparently have company back in the locker room now as Nicholas Fritz has gotten the gate.
And we're going to go on a 5-minute power play. 2-man power play for 13 seconds. So.
Lots of activity here at the rink tonight, folks. Crowd's very excited. There's a lot going on right now.
They're sitting there crying their eyes out. Marty's sitting there coaching.
So it's 7:39 remaining in the third period. Riverkings up by 6-3. Riverkings are on the power play for 13 seconds and 5 minutes.
They're sitting there crying their eyes out. Marty's down there coaching.
A lot of conversation going on now between the officiating crew and the visiting team bench. Wisconsin Rapids coaching staff coaching them up here, getting them ready for this upcoming power play opportunity. So Rochester will be down 3 players off their bench.
Backs. Up. Backs. Backs.
And number 2 gets to sit in the penalty box again.
He may not be alone. There may be somebody sitting in the Wood County penalty box here soon. All right, looks like we're getting ready to return to action. Riverkings have a 5-on-3 power play here for the next 13 seconds at least. All right. Linesman down to pick up the puck now.
Well, one of the staff members was out on the ice, so he blew the whistle.
Third period. Number 71, Isaac Fuller, receives a 5-minute disqualification for fighting with player number 9. Ryan Kerr receives a 10-minute misconduct for abuse of official. The Lakers return one skater.
All right.
Please continue on the power play. Let's go, Kings!
Riverkings coming out of the zone now. Cole Krieger's got that, crossing the red line, cross the blue line, trying to split the defense here. Leaves that back. Yakus has that now. Nice job by Rochester moving up, not giving him much room to work with. Jordan Steer gets that back to Yakus. Nice move there. Feeds that out front. Shot scores! Luke Archie buries that. What a beautiful feed from Yakus.
And that's his second goal tonight.
And that may be the signal to warm up the bus.
That is the dagger.
So the second period was not the best of the season for the Riverkings there. Good to see them recover nicely though here in the third.
13:60 of the third period, we have a Riverkings power play goal. Scorer number 17, Luke Harkey.
Harkey with the goal.
Jacob Yakus, and number 10, Jordan Steer.
Yakus and Jordan Steer with the assist. So Harkey from Yakus and Steer. Newcomer picks that up back behind the net. Gets that along to Willard. Along the half boards now, Riverkings trying to control this. They're still on that 5-minute major. Newcomer's shot's deflected.
Oh.
Takes a check there with a bit of a stick, and I guess that's legal. Shot rising in towards the goalie. He'll cover that up. 3:15 remaining in the third period here. Riverkings have a 7-3 lead. 5:54 remaining. 62 shots on goal. And the temperament on the visiting team's bench has dropped off notably over the last few minutes since that goal was scored.
Yeah, but I don't know if the physical stuff's going to be over yet. I think there might be a few more penalties in this one.
Willard back behind the net. Nice play there by Skaggs to hold that puck in the zone. Comes out now. Brzezicki on the move, trying to make something happen here. Maybe a chance for the Vipers here. They'll backhand that in towards the net. That never gets to Riley Allen. Skaggs puts on the brakes there. Now he'll feed that puck across. Gets that to Zagreski. Gretzky through the slot. Couldn't get a stick on there. Shane Willard was on the hunt for another goal there.
Yeah, his stick was just a little short.
Trying to pick up that third. There's a shot by Newcomer. No traffic in front. Relatively easy save there for Christo. But you got to shoot the puck in order to score, and you never know. Out on the ice now for the Riverkings. Harchie, Krieger, Bottles, Steer, Yakus. 5:11 remaining. Vipers come away with the faceoff. They'll carry it out of the zone. One of the few times they've been able to do that tonight. Jordan Steer will take that play into the boards. His own end. Krieger's got that now. Along the far half boards. In the Vipers end. Feeds that across. Hartje. Oh, blocked. Comes out to Jordan Steer. Nice feed across there. Krieger couldn't get a stick on that though. Pass is moving just a bit quick. Yakus has it at center ice. Krieger now moving down in. Shot high over the net. Comes off the boards. Right in front of the scorer's table now. Jordan Steer will pick that up, trying to get that puck to lay flat so he can move it. 4:15 remaining in the period. Gets that to Krieger. Right back to Steer. Gets that to Bottles. So Riverkings trying to bring that in now. Defensive player without a stick. Shot saved there by Christo. Rebound here. Yakus has that. Feeds that to Zagrebski. Gets that back down to Bottles. Bottles to Zagrebski. Cross ice pass there. Skaggs. Shot score!
Yes.
Trent Skaggs with the wrister.
Beautiful shot.
That's a couple of nice
quick
ones for him tonight. Yeah, he really buried that one. So 8-3, and that is a comfortable lead.
Yeah, that should be enough to ensure we're back here next week, probably next Friday and Saturday and Sunday.
I will be happy to comment on that in 3 minutes and 42 seconds of game time.
Yeah, I just wanted to get it out there that we'll be here next week if we win tonight. So
out to center ice now. Vipers will dump that in back behind the net. Riley Allen will come out. They'll send that back to Trenton Skaggs, who's got 2 goals tonight. Looking to get a third here. Showing the speed here as he heads towards the net. Almost got a chance there. Poke checked away by the goaltender. So that's a Riverkings power play goal. Good to see them start to right the ship a little bit and get back to where they need to be. Shot in towards Allen. We'll deflect that into the corner. Puck drifts in towards Allen, but won't get that far. Shane Willard will pick that up. Xander Willard, sorry. Takes a big check in open ice there. Now they're going to call him for offsides when his knee is on the blue line. Face off just outside the Viper blue line. 2:45 remaining in the third period. Radke in there to move that along. Riverkings will dump that into the zone. Hey, and there's Max Moore. They were the visiting team was
didn't want him out there, so
they were hoping to see him again. You know. So here's Reese McDonald. Gets that to Radke. Radke will try and keep that in the zone here. Vipers bring it into the Riverkings end. Nice job by the defense, forcing that play to the outside.
Keeps Barner out wide.
There's Max Moore. He'll feed that across to McDonald, just a bit outside of his range there, though. He'll have to pick that up behind the net. Comes out front, but it's deflected harmlessly into the half walls. Bruce McDonald not giving up on that play, though. Now there's Max Morris. He'll backhand that to Cerullius at center ice. Radke's got it. 1:50 remaining in the third period. Send that off the boards.
There's Max Gracer out there for the first time tonight.
There he is. He's right in front of the net. Let's see if he can get a chance. Oh, just tied up by the defense there. And Max was giving away a little size there. Could not.
Yeah, but he's not afraid to go out in front of the net and stand there and.
65 shots on goal for the Riverkings. Minute 28 remaining.
60 shots, something about pizza.
We got pizza last night. Somebody called us spoiled. So my argument was we're the best broadcast team in the building. So
that's correct.
All right. Out to center ice now. We have 1 minute remaining in the third period. Yakus to pursue that puck back in his own zone. Pass there, they're going to wave that off. Maybe the linesman was a bit in the way there as the Riverkings are trying to pass out of their zone. Here's a chance here. Brzezinski looking to make a shot. Cannot get a handle on that one. 35 seconds remaining. Riverkings will dump that down and into the zone. Brzezinski pursuing that. At this point, we could just tie the play up in this end. And 24 seconds. Cerilius has that. Riverkings have to clear the zone, though, as Brzezinski was tied up back with one of the Viper players. So here we go. We're down to the last 10 seconds of the third period. Big check there, right there in front of the bench as Brzezinski runs into one of the Vipers players. He's being held down. And that's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. Your Midwest West champion, Wisconsin Rapid Riverkings, have swept the Vipers, and they'll be moving on to the playoffs next week. We'll be here at home. Brzezinski bids them farewell after absorbing that check in front of the visitors' bench. So
that could have been a little dangerous, though. It was kind of some players starting to pile up there, and cooler heads prevailed.
It worked out. So next Friday?
Next Friday night, I believe.
Next Friday night.
I imagine it'll be at 7 o'clock. So
sounds like it. And not sure who the opponent is quite yet.
Yeah, it'll either be probably the Blue Ox or Steele County, I imagine. It looks like in the other games, Hudson and the Moose are going to be moving on, so they'll play next week. And Steele County and the Blue Ox, the Ox lead that series 1-0. They'll play tomorrow and if need be Monday. So,
well, congratulations to the Wisconsin Rapid Riverkings. They take the victory tonight, winning 8-3 over the Rochester Vipers. Hometown fans are very excited about that. We'll get ready for the 3 stars of the game here. So you got to think Trenton Skaggs and Willard would both be in the.
And Luke Archie got 2. So
Archie got 2. So Max Moore out there now. Interesting. A lot of the Rochester players had made their way off the ice instead of traditional handshakes. Several of them have returned to the ice now. So you'd like to see that show of sportsmanship there. So. Okay, 3 stars of the game.
Our third star player of the game is number 18, Jeff Redman.
Jeff Redman, your Politos Pizza third star of the game. He played well.
Yep,
great goal.
He's leading the handshake line, so.
Old school hockey there.
He doesn't even know he's the third star yet.
Oh, by the way, take off your helmet. Gets a little help there from Gracer. He'll skate that over there. Changing course now.
Yeah, that way he doesn't have to jump up there. You just give him to him at the door. So.
Player of the game is number 16, Zane Rydell.
Zane Rydell, number 16, second star of the game. Good hard-working game for him.
And our star player of the game is number 16.
You know, that line played real well tonight. So.
And the first star of the game, number 6, Brzezinski. He gets a little vertical there as he up and over the glass there. Riverkings will celebrate this 8-3 victory here, and we'll get ready for the second round of the playoffs coming up next week. So for producer Art Napgezek, cameraman Mark Lochner, technical director Matt Fillmore, color commentary Jeff Conklin, and myself, Paul Kennedy, on behalf of Wisconsin Rapids Community Media and Hockey TV, we hope that you've enjoyed the outcome of the series as well as the broadcast. We look forward to seeing you again next weekend. Have a great week.